The Cleveland Cavaliers stay perfect on the season with their 8th straight win to begin the 2024-2025 season, as the Cavs, they're coming off a 116-114 victory over the Bucks. And this is the second time in franchise history that a Cavaliers team has started the season at 8-0. The last time this happened was during the 1976-77 season. And it looked like the Cavs were going to roll to their 8th straight win with a strong first half on both ends, as Cleveland, they did take a 19-point lead heading into halftime. But Milwaukee, they did find something in the third quarter, and they outscored the Cavs 31-16 in that third frame, and they took an 8-point lead in the fourth. However, there was some late game heroics from Darius Garland on the offensive end, and then of course you got the massive block from Jared Allen on Damian Lillard with less than 30 seconds left. It sealed the deal for the Cavs. Garland put together a stellar performance. He finished with 39 points, 8 assists, 2 rebounds, while shooting 68% from the field and 63% from three. He's been playing unbelievably well to begin the season, and of Garland's 39 points, 12 of them came in the closing minutes of the fourth quarter when the game was on the line. This Cavaliers team, they are turning heads, and when all 4 of their top players are healthy, they are a tough out. And of course, with the 4 I'm talking about, Donovan Mitchell, Darius Garland, the backcourt with Evan Mobley and Jared Allen in the front court. This Cavs team, they look like they're legit. Drop a like on the video, guys. Subscribe to the channel if you are new. And shout out to BetUS for sponsoring today's video. So when you look at this Cavs team and how they're doing this right now, I mean, you first got to look at how many weapons the Cavs have. And when you have 2 shot blockers in Allen and Mobley, you got 2 top-tier playmakers with Garland and Mitchell. You got to remember, when the Cavs got eliminated by the Celtics in 5 games last season, they didn't have Allen or Mitchell for most of that series. But when this whole squad is healthy, look what they were doing together. They have yet to lose through their first 8 games. And, you know, they still haven't even gotten Max Strus back on the court. Cavs, they have proven that they are serious, and they got some lethal weapons from off the bench. You got Sam Merrill, who's made 40% of his threes this season. Niang has made at least 1 3-pointer in 7 of the team's first 8 games, and between him and Merrill, there has been a ton of space for the top guys to operate and do what they've been doing. And, you know, when you're able to have these floor spacers all over the roster, we see the result of it. Winning, it happens at a high level. And, you know, you talk about the 2 mobile 7-footers. They can start and close games. The rim protection between Mobley and Allen has been great. And in the team's victory over the Bucks on November 4th, it was Allen and Mobley that both blocked a shot inside in the last 2 minutes. And, you know, they were able to secure late game rebounds. And between the 2 of them, they have really done a great job and have anchored this Cavaliers defense. And through the first 8 games, the Cavs are number 8 in the league in points allowed per game. So the size, it is proving to be a huge asset for this Cavs team. And, you know, the Cavaliers, they have been hitting their threes as well, which is a huge component to this team, as the Cavs have ranked number 2 in the league, making 41.3% of their threes, and both Garland and Mitchell have made more than 40%. Merrill is in the same territory, while LeVert has hit 55% of his threes. Mobley has worked long and hard on his outside game. He's even making 40% of his, and then Yang, he has been a volume shooter as well. So this Cavaliers 3-point shooting, I know it's tough to sustain what they've been doing, but they got so many shooters at every position for most of the game that teams, we've seen it. They've been getting tired trying to run the Cavaliers off the line, and this is a Cavs team that ranked just 15th in 3-point percentage a season ago. So their 3-point percentage, their 3-point shooting has been a big improvement for this team this season thus far. Now, guys, before I continue on with this video, I do want to talk about BetUS, because while we talk about the Eastern Conference, you think Celtics, you think Knicks, and then you thought 76ers and Bucks, but those teams have gotten off to horrible starts. How about the Cavaliers? When you look at the Cavaliers' odds to come out of the Eastern Conference, right now, the Cavaliers got plus 750 odds. So do you believe enough in this team that they can actually get out of the East? Are you buying this Cavs hot start, or are you not buying it? I mean, if you want to put in an interesting bet, this is one of them. You can put it in if you wish. But guys, go check out BetUS today. They're an awesome sports book. I've been using them all NBA season. I will continue to be using them all NBA season. And right now, they're currently offering a 150% bonus on your first deposit and a 125% bonus on your second and third deposits up to $2,000 with the code YouTube150. go check out BetUS today. So I really like this Cavaliers roster construction. I mean, you just look at how they're built. You got Mobley, he does a little bit of everything. You know, he can play, make as well. Jared Allen too. He had 6 assists in that win over the Bucks. You know, you got Garland who can explode. You got that bench. You got Donovan Mitchell. And that's the thing about this Cavs team. They have that closer. When you look at these teams that get off to hot starts, you look to see if they have, you know, big time players, and Donovan Mitchell, he's still that guy. You know, Mitchell, he's been able to hit clutch shots, and he made that game winner on November 2nd against the Bucks as he outperformed Damian Lillard at the end of a wild game. And Mitchell, he's been able to hit, you know, he's able to come up big for this Cavaliers team, and it hasn't been a surprise to see him do that. I mean, that was a guy who was coming up big many times in Utah. So Mitchell still has it. I think he's one of the most underrated superstars in the league because not a lot of people talk about Mitchell when you talk about the top performers in this game. But Mitchell, he's got that capability where he can take over a game and he goes off. And then on the nights when Mitchell isn't making shots in the clutch, what he does is he draws enough defense to get the ball to open players, and that's what's making this Cavaliers team so deadly, is the fact that they are able to hit shots and they got so many guys that can beat you. And you know, you look at Mitchell, I mean, his gravity, it just makes things even more difficult for defenses. And then you look at the biggest difference for the Cavs this season, it's been the play of Darius Garland. I mean, you look at Darius Garland, he was there in the Cavs 2024 postseason, but they didn't have this version of Garland. You look at Garland, he's much thinner. The point guard, he's lost some serious weight during the season, and he had that jaw injury that, you know, he was unable to eat solid food. So he admitted that he was losing his joy for the game. And Darius Garland looks like a completely different version of himself. He scored 39 points on 15 of 22 shooting against the Bucks. It's really put him on the map. Darius Garland is looking like one of the best guards in the Eastern Conference. And you know, he was a guy who made the All-Star team during the 2021-2022 season, and it looks like he might be able to put himself in a position where he can make it back to the All-Star game. And, you know, you look at against the Knicks on October 30th, he scored 34 points, and Garland, he was able to take over the fourth quarter to help Cleveland close that one out too. And Darius Garland, I mean, he has just been playing very well, and the Cavs, they got one of the best backcourts in all of the NBA. Like, when Mitchell and Garland are in the zone, I would not take too many backwards over there. It's like they have been delivering. And you know, this Cavaliers team, remember, they had a stretch last year of 18-2 in the middle of the season after a rocky start, but then outside of that one run, they were 500, and you know, they weren't healthy for most of the year. They had several key starters out there in that stretch. So if this Cavs team can stay healthy and the year continues and Garland and Mitchell continue to prove that they have elite chemistry with each other, and they've, you know, continue to thrive, and guys for the Cavaliers, these role players, continue to play as well as they have been. I mean, this Cavaliers team, they do look legit. And, you know, you also got to credit their decision to bring in Kenny Atkinson, because this was a team that did make it to the second round, but they still decided to part ways with Bickerstaff. They bring in Atkinson, who's done a phenomenal job with Cleveland. And, I mean, sometimes you need a new coach to really, you know, reset things and reshape the culture. And we're seeing it with this Cleveland team. The chemistry seems to be at an all-time high. Guys are enjoying play with each other. The culture seems a lot better. And this team, they just keep on winning. So the Cavaliers, they're going to look to make it 9-0 when they take on the Pelicans in the next game. But we'll see, you know, how this team looks 20-25 games from now, and if they are able to sustain this hot play and be one of the top echelon teams in the Eastern Conference. But guys, let me know your thoughts about this Cavs team. Are you buying this? Are you not? Are you a believer of the Cavaliers? Let me know down below. Drop a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. And once again, thank you to BetUS for sponsoring today's video. That is it for me. It's Luke signing off. Thanks so much for watching. I will catch you all again in the next one.